Okay, this is the 3D, so everybody's the 3D test review, part 2. So on this one, so we're doing our word problem. So it says a cake decorator rolls out a stiff paper to form a cone. The cone is a radius of 6 centimeters and a height of 18 centimeters. What's the volume of the cone before its ends cut off? So remember, volume of the cone is 1/3 the base, which is going to be higher squared times the height. So it's going to be 1/3 times 3 14/100 times 6 squared times 18. So we put that on the calculator. Okay, so I got 678 and 24/100, which remember we're going to round to the 10th place. So remember 5 and up, we round it up. So it's going to be 678, so it's going to stay the same, and 2/10 centimeters cubed. Okay, next one, we're working with soccer balls. Okay, so if it has a diameter of 28 centimeters, remember the radius is going to be half, so that's going to be 14. Okay, so remember we divide it by 2 to get the radius. So for a volume of a sphere, remember it's 4/3 pi times the radius cubed. So 4/3 times 3 14/100 times 14. Remember, you're going to raise it to the third power. So we do n over d, or math frac. Okay, and I got 11,488.21, so I'm going to leave it as 2, okay, and it would be centimeters cubed. Okay, so this one, so she has a box. Okay, so they give us the volume. Okay, remember for a box, it's going to be length times width times height. This is for a rectangular prism. So they give us, I'm going to substitute in what they give us. So they give us the volume, they give us a width, okay, and they give us a width of 5 centimeters and a height of 3. Okay, 5 times 3 is 15. So I get 180 is equal to 15 times the length. I'm going to divide each side by 15. Okay, so the length is 12. It's going to be 12 centimeters. Okay, you have a pyramid-shaped bottle, everybody, and so we want to know what the what it's going to be. Okay, so pyramid-shaped bottle, and this is the volume, and you know the area of the base is 72 centimeters. Can you find the height? Okay, so a pyramid-shaped bottle. So remember, a pyramid is volume is equal to 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. So we're going to substitute in what they give us, everybody. So they gave us the 500. So I'm going to do it this side over here, just so I have more room. So 500 is equal to 1/3. They give us that the area of the base is 72. And we want to know what the height. So that's what we're trying to find. Okay, so I'm going to multiply 1/3 times 72. I got 24. So now I'm going to divide each side by 24 to solve for the height. So 500 divided by 24. Okay, so I get that the height is equal to 20.83. Remember, 5 and up rounded up, so we're going to leave it as 20 and 8/10 milliliters. Okay, so everybody, because this is, remember, we're doing volume. Okay. Okay, so remember it's a graduated cylinder, so that's the shape that we're using. Okay. So we're pouring mercury into it, so it holds 22.5. Okay, so everybody, that means that this is the volume. Okay, used to fill a cylinder weighs 306. So everybody, that's the mass. Okay, use this to calculate the density. So everybody, remember, we love density. Okay, so it's mass divided by volume. So everybody, just see how that's the M, and this is our volume. So we're just going to substitute it in. So the mass is 306 grams divided by 22.5, because that's the volume. So we get 13 and 6/10, okay, grams divided by milliliters, and that's going to give us the density for mercury. Which is, so you know, if you ever see mercury, it's poisonous, so don't pick it up. Okay, so they used to have it like in light bulbs and in thermometers, so you have to be careful. Okay, so a solid cylinder has a radius, okay, so radius of 2 and a height of 7 centimeters. They give us the density. Okay, what's the mass? So what I'm going to do first, everybody, is calculate the volume. So remember, it's the area of the base, which is a circle for a cylinder, times the height. So I'm going to calculate the volume first. So 3 and 1400ths times 2 squared times 7. Okay, make sure, everybody, that you do the squared. Okay, and so we get 87 and 9200ths. So I'm going to round that to 9. Okay, so that's the volume. Okay, remember density. We love density. So it's going to be mass divided by volume. So I'm going to substitute it in. So I'm going to substitute in 3 and 1/10 is equal to the mass divided by 87 and 9/10. Remember, we could do whole numbers over 1. And we are going to cross multiply and divide. So I'm going to cross multiply. And in this case, I just need to cross multiply. So I'm going to get the mass is equal to 87 and 9/10 times 3.1. And we're going to get 272, and it's 49. So we would round that up. So everybody, I'm going to do this one. So if we have 49, remember it's 5 and up, rounded up. So I'm going to round it up to 272 and 5/10 grams. It's its mass. Okay. Any questions on that, everybody? Okay, good luck.